Hello to all of you all across the world. I hope all of you are looking after yourselves and looking out for each other. Welcome back to another little update and a little vlog with my time here in the States. At the moment, I'm in a place called Chicago. Still a bit cold, still not yet back into the nice warm weather back home. I'm going home very soon after this, but I'm here doing another story for an adoption story. And I've made it here to Chicago, and I'm here with a good friend of mine, Yvonne.
Hi, I'm Yvonne from Spain, but I live in Chicago. Nice to meet all of you.
Tell us, Yvonne, what are you doing in Chicago?
I came here with my wife. She's from here, and we got married and we moved to Chicago. And Alex came to visit me from all the way from New Zealand. He was filming more friends from I Am Adopted and to film my story too. So.
And being here, I know it's still cold, but being here in Chicago it's such a beautiful place. And connecting with more adoptees and sharing these stories has been incredible. This is the fourth story I'm doing, the fourth episode here in the States for this first big trip in the States. I know I'll be back, I know I'm going to be doing more stories, but with Yvonne's story, it's amazing. It's really incredible, Yvonne. Your story with yourself, you were adopted at a very young age from Moscow, Russia, and then you were raised in Spain.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're here in the States, living here with your wife. And what do you think of America so far? How are you enjoying it? He's only been here for about, 4 months, 5 months?
6 months. I was here for half a year, and yeah, it's been great. Today's very, very cold, but we're enjoying a great time in the city with Alex, and we see all the city around, and I think it's cool. It's a good place. Yeah.
It's a really nice place. And when I got here, it was nice and sunny. So you'll see in his story, and Yvonne, with the story that we shared with you that I did the other day, and his story will be coming out later on, out of the stories I'm doing here in the States, another episode will be episode 10. His story will be episode 10. But tell me, Yvonne, what were some of the highlights that we talked about in your story yesterday? Some of the moments that you really enjoyed talking about?
Yeah, we were talking about how was to find my biological family in Russia and Romania, and how I found my biological father and my mother too, and how was my contact with the rest of my biological relatives, and my collaboration with I Am Adopted for the Spanish speakers, followers of or adoptees.
That's right. Yvonne has actually been our Spanish editor for the I'm Adopted community since 2016. And I met Yvonne first time, not actually in New Zealand or in the States. I met him in Ireland in 2018 for a meetup we did with other adoptees. I think it makes it such a small world. Excuse the horn there. I think it makes it such a small world when we're connecting with each other like this, despite whatever part of the world we're in, especially in noisy Chicago. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
It's so good because, do you remember when we did the meetup in Ireland? That was in 2018, and now we have connected more. I'm here in Chicago, catching up with you again. I think it's so important that we grow these communities for so many people. It helps so many people.
Yeah, and I think my goal for this year is to try to reach more adoptees who are coming from the Latin American countries into the States and who are Spanish speakers, and we can help them to reconnect with their origins or with their families. And here we are, trying to do the best for you.
Absolutely, and building the family tree, learning about your history. And we also talked about yesterday, for those people who may want to connect with birth parents or may not want to, it's all your own choice, of course, but at the end of the day, having that support for each other is so vitally important. That's what we talked about, the support for each other in the community for adoptees, and we discussed a lot about this, the family tree, the building. And also a huge thank you to the team at MyHeritage as well for supporting and partnering up for this series, because with this, I've been able to meet so many adoptees all across America, and this will be the first trip of many that I'm doing for these incredible stories, including with Yvonne's story, which is just so special. So it's so nice to be here.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you so much for your interview, for film in Chicago, and to interview me.
Yeah, so please don't hesitate to go and check out the I'm Adopted community. It's for adoptees all across the world, no matter where you're adopted from. And being here in the States, I am so grateful and thankful to be able to share these stories, and I know it's helping so many people, including with Yvonne's story, which will be coming out later in April after all the other stories I've been doing here in the States. But after this now, Yvonne, I'm going to start going home soon and getting back to the warm weather and sort of getting used to back home in New Zealand. And then later on, I'm going to be heading back to Europe and doing another story for myself, my own personal journey in Kazakhstan, connecting and tracking down my biological grandparents, and I'm looking forward to that. Yvonne's family history actually goes quite far back in many different places, not just Russia, but also Armenia and also pieces of Ukraine. And you've started connecting more with your family tree, and we'll discuss more about his journey in his story, but you didn't realize that you're also from these other places.
No, I didn't realize that that I had Armenian origins or Jewish and also Greek origins until I went to Russia and I met my biological mom in 2014. So I'm still in the search, I'm still in the process to understand these cultures, and I really love to do that. And it's a pleasure to have you as a friend, as a
Thank you, Yvonne.
interviewer, and
Thank you.
and to collaborate with I Am Adopted and with all of you. Yeah.
We're going to get a
To warm
coffee.
up. Yeah.
Paka, look after yourselves.
Paka, das bin dein.
Look out for each other.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Thank you all so much. Paka.